Another week, another story, another headline full of doubt. They say move on, forget about it, but we're the ones that don't black out. We come from pain, we come from questions, from things they said we shouldn't see. But Thursday night we show up strong, just looking for the real truth. Honestly, we ain't perfect, we ain't famous, we're just people with a voice, tired of being told to hush, like silence was the only choice. This is Thursday Night Family, rock chalk standing side by side, not for the drama, not for the clout, just for truth they try to hide. We don't need power, we don't need fame, we just refuse to look away. Different stories, same heartbeat, that's the rock chalk way. We've seen systems fail, they're broken, we've seen justice come too late, we've seen lies wrapped up in labels, while real people carry the weight. So we light up the comments, we hold each other through the noise. When nobody else is listening, we become each other's voice. This is Thursday Night Family, rock chalk standing side by side, not for drama, not for clout, just for truth they try to hide. We don't need power, we don't need fame, we just refuse to look away. Different stories, same heartbeat, that's the rock chalk way. We've lost friends, we've lost faith, but we never lost each other. In a world that loves to divide, we chose to call ourselves family. Not left, not right, not that gay, just real people, real pain, real love, real fight, showing up every Thursday night. This is Thursday Night Family, rock chalk louder than the lies. We're not here to tear down people, we're here to make the truth rise. So if you're tired, if you're hurting, if you feel like no one stays, pull up a chair, you're home now. This is the rock chalk way. Same time, same place, different stories, same family. Thursday night, rock chalk forever.
Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing? Okay, there's a couple things I want to go over. This is going to be kind of crazy. Yes, Get Well Justified. I see, got Beach Baby in the house, Justified. Jay Thomas from Greeley, Colorado. We got Deb C in here. We got Girly Girl 420. Let's see here. I want to make sure I get everybody. Stacy Cheney. All right. Check this out. Okay. So the highest law enforcement on the state level in Oklahoma is OSBI. Okay. Now I've spent all day looking, and if y'all look and you find something, let me know. But I want to show you something. Check this out. There's a couple things I want to go over. Let me make sure that right here it is. Check this out. Let me move my picture because I want to read this to you. I want you guys to be able to see it nice and clear. All right. Let me go back to it so I can see it. Okay. This lady is a reporter for News on 6. I went to News on 6. I can't find anything on this. Okay, I don't. It's crazy. I also went to OSCN. I'm going to show it to you. Here's an update to a story I told you about a year ago. A former OSBI investigator is headed to federal prison for 9 years for 3 counts of sexually abusing a child. Jordan Toyne from Broken Arrow. Federal prosecutors say happened. January 2025, a federal jury found him guilty after evidence showed he sexually assaulted a child beginning in the summer of 2020 until 2023 when the victim turned 16. Prosecutors say there was evidence he sexually abused another child in 2021. At the time, Toyne was an investigator with the OSBI Internet Crimes Against Children's Unit. Toyne resigned during an internal investigation. The victims were not related to his job, but prosecutors say Toyne used his specialized knowledge and training to groom the victims and initially avoid getting caught. This remains a conviction. This is crazy. An OSBI agent did this. Now, the other, I can't find anything on it. I went to that News 6, couldn't find it. But even more weird, I went to OSCN. Check this out. So I put in his name. Okay, here's one where he was an officer. So he obviously testified in this case. All of these, he testified in these cases, except this one. And this one was I'm clicking on it so you can see it here. This one was just a docket. It's not saying exactly what the petition was. Oh, emergency custody orders. So in family court. Okay. Now let's go back. Okay. I can't find his criminal case at all on here. But it was federal. This is state. But look at all these cases he was involved in. Where he was an officer. I mean, that's crazy. And if they have attorneys, they might be able to do a Brady Giglio. I don't know. I hope not. But to have an officer with OSBI doing this, that's just crazy. And then there was this one here. I think it was a protection order. On one of them, he had a protection order against him. Nope, that was a marriage license. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to dig and see what more I can find on this. But it's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. There was one in here that was a protection order. But that's sad when you got an OSBI agent involved in stuff like that. That's just nuts. Now, the thing, there's a couple things. We're going to start with this one just because that's what I put on my thumbnail. So you got a guy out of Arkansas, Army veteran, and his daughter tells him that she was having sexual relations with a 60-something-year-old man, okay? This guy gets arrested and gets out on bond. While he's out on bond, the father's daughter disappears. He notices she's not in the bed. He goes out looking, and we're going to start that right here. So he went out looking for his daughter. I'm just going to play the whole thing for you. This is one from a year ago, Ashley Banfield. I watched several of them. I think she did the best job on it. So we're going to start with her.
Another man down, ran his vehicle off the road, and then shot him dead in cold blood. Would he get your vote? This is not a parlor game. This actually happened a year ago in Arkansas. On that night, Aaron Spencer was desperately looking for his 14-year-old daughter. Police said that she had been stalked repeatedly and raped at 13 by a 67-year-old man named Michael Fossler. And that night, his daughter was missing. When the girl's father spotted the suspect driving down a dirt road with his daughter in Fossler's front seat, he took off after him, understandably. That driver had more than 24 stalking and sex crime charges pending. involving both the child in his truck and another girl. Somehow, Michael Fossler was out and about that night because he was free on a mere $50,000 bond that he had no trouble posting, and it seems he had no trouble violating a no contact order either. And so, police say, the girl's dad, Aaron Spencer, ran him off the road and shot him dead and got his daughter. That dad himself is now free on...
Now, let that sink in. Let that sink in. This guy's daughter tells him that the 67-year-old man had been having sexual relations with her. He gets charged. He bonds out. And the dad gets up at about 3 o'clock in the morning. His daughter's not in bed. She put a stuffed animal in a hoodie in place of her in bed. He goes out looking for his daughter, and she's in the truck with the same 67-year-old man that is being charged with sexual relations with his daughter. He runs him off the road and shoots and kills him.
On bond and campaigning. That's his campaign picture. He is campaigning to become the new sheriff, despite a looming second-degree murder trial this coming January. But in his video announcement, he says it is not about revenge against the sheriff who arrested him.
This campaign isn't about me. It's about every parent, every neighbor, every family who deserves to feel safe in their homes and safe in their community. It's about restoring trust, where neighbors know law enforcement is on their side, and families know that they will not be left alone in a moment of need.
So next March, this man, Aaron Spencer, is going to stand in the Republican primary for sheriff of Lonoke County in Arkansas. He threw his hat in the ring just last week. And while he has pleaded not guilty to the murder count, he's not exactly running away from what happened the night of October 8th, 2024. The incumbent sheriff, John Staley, tells News Nation, and I quote, "My motto has been and will continue to be, do what's right, not what's easy. Doing what's right isn't always popular." And I cannot wait to hear my next guest and her take on all of this, because Tarlika Nunes Navarro is a former judge. She's also a former prosecutor and criminal defense attorney who's now the dean of the St. Thomas University College of Law. Judge, so good to have you. What is your first impression of Aaron Spencer's case?
Actually, when you think it just can't get any weirder and weirder, every time I see you, we have another case that we're shocked at. You know, it's just a man that is defending his daughter, goes out, finds his daughter in a truck with a sexual predator, rams him, shoots him, kills him, is on trial for murder, will be tried in January, and at the same time is running for sheriff. It's almost mind-blowing. And as a defense attorney, it's crazy, because when I put my defense attorney hat on and I think about, you know, possible venue relocation, this is not good for him, because, you know, the community is going to know him. They're going to recognize him. The voir dire is going to last longer. You're not going to find jurors who are going to be unbiased, and it's going to be good for the prosecution.
Let me stop it there. So his trial date has not been set completely, but check this out. Hey, Hawkeyes, good to see you. So he did run for sheriff on the Republican side. Nope, that's not the one I want. Sometimes I get so much stuff on my screen, it's hard to see what I want to share here. Okay, there it is. All right. Check this out.
It's about every parent, every neighbor, every family.
It's the campaign kickoff for an Arkansas sheriff's race everyone is talking about. His name is Aaron Spencer, and he's running to be the top lawman of Lonoke County, all while currently fighting murder charges, announcing his campaign in a Facebook post.
Through my own fight for justice, I have seen firsthand the failures in law enforcement
Spencer is facing second-degree murder charges for the killing of a man he says raped his daughter. According to court documents, on a night last October, Spencer awoke to his dog barking and found his 13-year-old daughter missing. A hoodie on a stuffed animal placed in her bed, and found her in the truck of 67-year-old Michael Fossler. After forcing Fossler's vehicle off the road, a confrontation ending with Spencer shooting and killing Fossler, according to the court documents. And according to court records, Fossler was out on bond after being charged with multiple sex offenses involving a child. In lifting a gag order on Spencer's proceedings, a judge writing Fossler's alleged offenses were acts against Spencer's teenage daughter. Spencer not responding to our request for an interview, but his attorney telling NBC News in a statement he was, quote, justified under Arkansas law in taking action to protect his daughter and himself.
I'm the father who acted to protect his daughter when the system failed.
After his video post went viral, with many commenters praising Spencer, his wife launched multiple fundraisers that have since been removed. The campaign's Facebook page with 15,000 followers now links to a new fundraising page. Spencer posting, "Support from this community has been beyond anything I imagined." The primary is set for March. Candidate filings begin next month. Spencer will likely face off against current Lonoke County Sheriff John Staley, whose department arrested him. NBC News reached out to Staley's office for comment, but did not hear back. The sheriff telling one local paper he couldn't comment on Spencer's case because of the pending trial, but that he'll run again, saying, "Since 2013, I have served as sheriff, with a clear mission to protect our citizens and hold those who break the law accountable." NBC News also reached out to the county prosecutor's office, but have not heard back. A man charged with taking the law into his own hands, now trying to turn the tables and take hold of the office that enforces the law.
I thought that was the new one, but we'll pull it up real quick. Let's see here. Any one of these will do. Here we go. We'll just go with this one.
Breaking news overnight, Aaron Spencer emerging victorious, securing the Republican nomination for Lonoke County Sheriff.
Spencer defeating incumbent Sheriff John Staley, who conceded in a statement posted to his social media. THV 11's Tamer Knight joins us live from Lonoke County this morning with the latest details. Good morning, Tamer.
Well, good morning, Karen and Hayden. That's right. Election officials worked overnight to finish counting votes here in Lonoke County. It was reported to our newsroom a little after 1 a.m. that Aaron Spencer had won the primary election for the county sheriff. Now, Spencer won the election with 53.5% votes over John Staley's 26.5%. Candidate David Buford fell short with 19.9% of the people's vote. Aaron Spencer first announced his candidacy back in October amid a second-degree murder trial. The race has drawn national attention because he's accused of killing a man who kidnapped his 13-year-old daughter. Spencer's jury trial is on hold until later this month, and if convicted, he would be ineligible to hold office. Deputies under John Staley helped build the case against Spencer. Now, of course, as more information becomes available, we will bring you all the latest updates to THV 11. Reporting in Lonoke County for THV 11.
All right. APK sums it up. So what do you guys think about that? What do you think about that dad that did that? Listen, I did the same thing. I really would have. That's just crazy. The world is so crazy anymore. But the guy was out on bond for sexually assaulting Aaron Spencer's daughter. And then she comes up missing and he finds her in his truck. That's just, can't make that shit up. Can't make it up. Now, there's so many cases that we could go over. But this one's really got me. This one that broke just in the last couple of days out of Oklahoma City. Let's see here. Let's see which one it is so I can show it to you guys, because I'm just going to show you a few things. Happens in Kansas too. Happens in Kansas too. Kansas jail deputy arrested for sex crimes, child sex crimes. Out of Greensburg, Kansas, authorities have arrested a 36-year-old Southwest Kansas jail deputy for child rape and numerous other sex crime counts. The Kansas Bureau of Investigation said in a release that the agency arrested Kiowa County Sheriff's Office Detention Officer Dustin Dean Cartier on Monday for rape, aggravated sexual battery, aggravated indecent liberties with a child, lewd and lascivious behavior, and 2 counts of indecent solicitation of a child. The Sheriff's Office requested in December that the KBI investigate allegations of sexual abuse of a minor by a detention officer in 2021. Carrier of Greensburg was placed on administrative leave during the investigation. While investigating the initial allegations, a second victim disclosed another sex abuse incident, prompting the KBI to open an additional investigation, the release said. The Kiowa County Sheriff's Office was fully cooperative with the investigation. Cartier was booked into the Reno County Jail and is being held on a $150,000 bond, records show. Formal charges were filed on Monday, according to court records. Cartier made his first court appearance on Tuesday, and a status hearing is scheduled for March 17th. A criminal complaint alleges that the crimes of rape, aggravated sexual battery, and lewd and lascivious behavior occurred in September 2023. The other alleged crimes took place between September and October of 2021. Anyway, with any information, please reach out to the KBI. And it just don't stop there. Just don't stop there. It just keeps going. It's everywhere. Oklahoma, you seem to have more than anybody else, so it just drives me crazy. So, out of Payne County, the DA there, one of the DAs, also has been charged. Let me find that one again. Got sentenced to 9 years today. Where'd it go? Kansas also had a high school wrestling coach arrested for filming minors in the bathroom while they was in the shower. I mean, it's just ongoing, guys. Ongoing. We'll just go with this one next. Just when you think you've seen it all, and there's even more. All right. Here we go. This is out of Oklahoma. 14-year-old allegedly used as a surrogate for her mother who couldn't get pregnant. Are you kidding me? All right. An investigation out of Oklahoma City has sparked national concern after authorities say a 14-year-old girl is pregnant with twins in a case tied to an alleged surrogacy arrangement involving her mother and her mother's boyfriend. Police in Oklahoma are investigating after a 14-year-old became pregnant with twins while allegedly acting as a surrogate for her mother and the mother's 36-year-old boyfriend. Now, that teenager is due this month, the end of this month, with her twins. Authorities first responded to the situation in December 2025 after receiving reports of a possible sexual assault at an apartment complex in Oklahoma City. According to the court records and local reporting, the case later escalated when Child Protective Services alerted investigators that the teenager was pregnant. The situation quickly raised questions about how the pregnancy occurred and whether the circumstances involved abuse or coercions. Court records show the girl's mother told investigators that the teen desperately wanted more siblings. So she claimed that she and her boyfriend hoped to have children together, but could not conceive because she previously had a tubal litigation. Despite acknowledging the pregnancy, the mother denied that she allowed her boyfriend to have a sexual relationship with her daughter. However, investigators moved forward with steps to clarify what happened. Police obtained a search warrant to collect DNA from the 36-year-old man in order to determine paternity and confirm how the pregnancy occurred. Even if the pregnancy was framed as a surrogate arrangement, Oklahoma law places strict limits on who can legally serve as a gestational carrier. The Oklahoma Bar Association states that a gestational carrier must be at least 21 years old. The teenager has since been placed in protective custody, according to reporting from KFOR. Authorities expect her to give birth to the twins later this month. Meanwhile, investigators are still reviewing evidence and determine whether criminal charges will be filed. Officials are also trying to determine the current whereabouts of the mother's boyfriend. Reports indicate the girl's mother has relocated to California area after authorities removed the children from the home as the investigation continues. Can't make this stuff up. Cannot make it up. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy, and there's so many to go over. Just so many. You look in the news and it's all against our children. Somewhere it's got to stop. Now I was trying to find the one on the DA out of Payne County. That's okay, I can pull it up on OSCN. I'll just do that. Doo-doo-doo. It's always something. Excuse me. Well, let's see here. How's everybody doing? Ready for the weekend? I am. I'm ready for that weekend. Let's go. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Let's do it from here. Oklahoma needs to stay out of the news. All the corruptness. Listen, get them in the news. Get them out there. Show everybody what's going on. Okay. Former Payne County prosecutor convicted, and the Oklahoma bar did what? Folks, you cannot make this up. Former Payne and Logan County First Assistant District Attorney Kevin Etherington has now been convicted by a jury today. That happened today. Has now been convicted by a jury in Payne County District Court case CF 2022483. Jury recommended 15 years on count 1 and 5 years on count 2. Defendant is in custody. And then, here it is here. And the jury finds the defendant guilty in count 1 and fixes punishment at 15 years and a $10,000 fine. The jury finds the defendant guilty in count 2 and fixes punishment at 5 years and $10,000 fine. The jury is excused with thanks from the court. The court orders a President's investigation report and sets sentencing on May 8th, 2026 at 2 p.m. So you've got the DA, child pornography. You've got teachers with sex crimes. You've got police officers with sex crimes with children. What do you do about it? What do you do? You talk about it. You get it out there. Get it out there and talk about it. Nowadays, you got to keep an eye on your children. It's not safe out there, even online. The machine and I were just talking about how we had to be home before the porch lights came on. Listen, it is not safe out there. It's not safe out there. But I'll be the first one to tell you, I stand with Aaron Spencer out of Arkansas. You know, his daughter's young, 13, 14 years old. 67-year-old man gets charged with sexual abuse against her. Gets out on bond. I don't know how Aaron's daughter ended up in the truck with him, but Aaron goes and looks. His daughter's not there. He sees the 67-year-old go by in the truck. He turns around and he runs him off the road, and I'll be damned if his daughter isn't in there with that predator. He shoots and kills the guy. What would you do? If that was your child. That was your child, and the guy's already being charged with sexual abuse, sexual nudities with your child. What would you do? It's obvious that your daughter's not safe as long as he's walking the streets, and the courts let the guy out. This is horrible. Hey, Sherry Berry, good to see you. Hey, Hawkeyes. But I could go all night and show you this case after case after case. Like I said, you got an OSBI agent that worked in the children's unit of OSBI. That was his job. He worked for OSBI Internet Crimes Against Children's Unit, and he was having 3 counts of sexual abusing a child. This is crazy. It's so sad. It's hard to even look at the news anymore. And then you got a mom that says her daughter at 14 was a surrogate mom for her, pregnant with twins. I just can't make this shit up. Why does people think it's okay? It's just nuts. And I hope Aaron Spencer, I hope he don't get charged with that murder. I hope he gets off of it. Yeah, somebody died, but I'm sorry. The guy should have stayed away from his daughter. That's how I feel about it. Should have stayed away from the daughter. And then let me show you this. If it ain't teachers, it's law enforcement. It's nuts. All right. Here is this. This is out of Kansas. Former Kansas high school wrestling coach accused of recording minors while they were showering. Salina, Kansas. A former Salina middle school teacher and high school wrestling coach faces child pornography charges after he allegedly used his cell phone to record minors showering in a locker room during a wrestling tournament. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Kansas said in a release that 37-year-old Ryan Burkhart is charged with 2 counts of production of child pornography and 1 count of attempted production of child pornography. U.S. Marshals arrested him on Tuesday, and he's currently being held in the Sumner County Jail. Burkhart is a former social studies teacher at Lakewood Middle School and a former wrestling coach for Salina Central. You can't trust law enforcement. You can't trust the teachers. You can't trust the district attorney. And you can't trust the OSBI. So what's that leave you to? And then you got a guy in Arkansas, Army vet, that ends up killing the guy. Can you blame him? Yes, you got to keep him safe. Whatever it took to get my child back. Listen, I don't even know if it was just getting his child back. I think I'd have been that crazy too, because they let the man out. And all them not all the charges, but most of them charges was from his daughter. The sexual conduct with his daughter. And then he's out. So if he wouldn't have killed him, he would have had to worry about his daughter sneaking out and going with the guy again. And now he's running for sheriff, and he got the nomination. Like, he beat on the Republican side. Yes, you gotta do what you can to get him safe. I feel like some parents don't keep a good enough eye on their children. And that's why they act out as well. But it's not even the children. Like I said, you got OSBI agents. You just saw one. He worked for the Children's Missing Unit. He's going to prison. Then you got a DA. He's going to prison. These are child sex crimes. You got teachers. I mean, everybody that you should be able to trust, you can't. Listen, I look at it as one less predator to worry about. Well, let me tell you, Aaron Spencer probably wouldn't have ever got another night's sleep. At least he knows that his daughter wasn't going to sneak out with this guy. And, like I was talking to Rick, why on earth was this girl sneaking out with a 67-year-old man? I don't understand it. And they never went into detail as to why. I'm sure when the court comes, we'll hear about it. I'm so glad the machine and I are just quiet little foreign people. Yeah. There has to be someone we can trust, surely. Well, I mean, they're showing us that we can't trust any of them. Can't trust any of them. Justified, I lost control of my kids' digital footprint when Snapchat came out. Yeah, Snapchat's a big thing, too. I just wish parents could get into the children's phone and all that a little better than we can. That it don't have to be like a death when, for like OSBI or KBI or the FBI, to pull them phone records. So I wish there was a way that we could just pull them ourselves, before something real tragic happens. It just makes my stomach hurt. I got a pit in my stomach because, we send our kids to school. They should be able to trust their teachers. They should be able to trust law enforcement. But then you also got the judicial system. There's so many in the judicial system. This is, I don't know. How do we fix it? How do we fix it? Start getting the right people elected? I don't know. Because just when you think it's the right people, a lot of times you don't know what people does behind closed doors. I mean, I'm sure people that knows all these people that's gotten charged probably are saying, I'd have never thought that of them. People act different behind closed doors. I still watch Colorado Ped Patrol. I mean, Tommy gets a lot of people. I mean, he gets people that's in the House of Colorado, politicians. No matter what job you're in, seems like it's everywhere. Parents get more involved with your kids. Yeah, get more involved with your kids. But I don't even know if that's it. I mean, if kids... Now, oh man, I wish I could remember. I just saw it the other day. It might have been Oklahoma. They're trying to pass a law that if you get caught grooming a child, that's also prison. Sometimes you don't realize that the children are being groomed, and the kids obviously don't know what grooming is. But it makes me sad to think that I need to really be talking to my 13-year-old granddaughter. 13's awful young to be having to have them conversations, right? Society has gotten so crazy. Now I'm starting to think even some of the parents are out of control. Yeah, I mean, it's true. Again, you just don't know how people act behind closed doors. Some of the people that you might think you can trust, I'm sorry, can't trust them. I would be thinking very seriously about not letting my children go to spend the night at other places. If I was somebody with young children right now, I don't think my kids would be going spending the night anywhere, even if I like the parents. I'd just listen. We've known for a long time. I mean, it happens with pastors. I mean, so even the church ain't saved. I'm not saying all churches, but I mean, we've learned that there's just different things that we can't trust, different careers that we can't trust. Yes, Hawkeyes, it's all around us, and listen, it makes me want to cry. Going through this today made me sad, and this is going to be horrible, and I probably shouldn't even say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. When I came across Aaron Spencer, the one that's running for sheriff, my arm went up in the air like, yes, by God, he stood up. He stood up and he protected his daughter, and now he's being charged with murder. I know I should not be saying yes to that, but it actually gave me a little bit of, well, at least he stood up, because you can't trust the court system, you can't trust the police. And I hope he beats the murder charge. I really do. And I hope he goes on to be the sheriff. Yes, it is, Beach Baby. Justified says, start electing conservative Christians, and by golly, maybe something will get done, right? I don't know if that'll work either, because you don't know who you can trust anymore. You can hear my sadness in my voice. Listen, it just tears me up to have to talk about children, crimes against children. I hate it. I can't stand it. It's I don't know what to do to fix it other than bring it out and like talk to y'all about it and bring the different things that I find up, because that's real life. This is what's going on. If we don't talk about it and get it out there, then people won't know. A lot of times, listen, I hate watching the news, but I do it. I hate watching the news because there's nothing good happening in the news anymore. It's all bad. It's all bad. You know, there's 3 cases this week. One of them just happened in Eden. That wasn't sex crimes. A husband and wife was going through a divorce. He went over and killed her and then committed suicide. Murder-suicide. 3 of them this week. It's just crazy how people are just ending other people's lives so quickly and not caring about the consequences. You got 13-year-olds killing their mother. Not a lot's come out about that, but that's the one down in southern Oklahoma, and the kid ran over to Texas and they got him. But he killed his mom. 13-year-old killed his mom. Shot her several times. How did he get a hold of a gun? Remember the foster kid? He killed his foster mom just a month ago. It's crazy. It's just downright crazy. And I don't see any end to it. It does do good to talk about it, but this is not something I'd talk about all the time. You know what I mean? This is part of what's going on. And somehow, some way, we got to stop it. Yes, I was going to go over that too, Deb. You know, they arrested a lady today too. But 2 girls, half siblings, was found in suitcases, buried. A guy walking his dog found them. Let me see if I can pull that up. In Ohio. Okay, Hawkeye says, me too, Rock, agree. It's awful and need awareness even more than ever. Absolutely. Absolutely. What I meant by the parents being out of control, it's like you need to set an example for your children and show them what's right and what's wrong. Because nowadays kids don't care. I agree. Or they drop them off at the skating rink, or they drop them off at a concert, or they drop them off wherever. Let somebody else watch them. It's not good. It does you good to talk about it. Yeah, I don't like talking about it though, but we got to. Turning on one another, as the Bible said. And this is the one, yeah. Let me see if I can pull that up. That's just sad. But they did arrest a 28-year-old lady. 2 girls were found in suitcases. And the guy was walking his dog, and he said for a week he saw the suitcase there, halfway sticking out of the ground. And he decided to stop and look at it. And it had a skull in it. Yep, had a skull in it. That's just horrible. This is absolutely horrible. And it looks like it's their mother that was found. Okay, we'll just go with this one. And that's kind of weird. I have not seen this one, so we'll just go over this one.
I just got a call from the chief, and we can confirm that we now have a person of interest.
That's what we want. That's what we want. Good.
The news coming on the heels of a search warrant executed on a property merely 100 yards from where officers found 2 half-sisters between the ages of 8 and 14 dead inside suitcases. For hours, our crews watched as the Cleveland Police Homicide Unit and SWAT teams circled a home on East 162nd.
Part of the investigation led us to this home, and it's been a nonstop, ongoing investigation.
Trash cans were searched, law enforcement in and out of the house. We even saw a small child walk out with an officer. But whether there are more victims in this case wasn't shared by Cleveland Police.
This obviously is difficult in terms of the ages of the victims, and it's no secret that it touches our hearts. Our officers are human just like everyone else, and they're their parents, their grandparents, and it affects them as well, which is it goes to say that they're committed to resolving this as quickly as possible.
No arrests and no charges as of Wednesday night, but there is a person of interest.
This is a significant break for this case. We're hoping that this person that we detained would lead us to eventually an arrest and, of course, a charge.
Are you able to share whether or not this person of interest is related to the two little girls?
Not at this time.
While still little details have been provided in this case, Collinwood residents are thankful to hear someone has been taken in for questioning. Ward 10 Councilman Mike Polensek hopeful more answers will come about, like how long.
It says that it's the mom. Mom charged in death of Cleveland daughters who were found in suitcases. So, but who even thinks to put the kids in a suitcase like they're never going to get caught, that their kids are dead? You know, I will say this. COVID really fucked up everything. And yeah, I said fucked up. COVID fucked up everything. Because so many people started in-home schooling. It just opened the doors for more abuse and shit like this to happen. You know, back in the day, you know, everybody had to go to school. There wasn't that in-home shit. And so, you know, if something was going on at home, a teacher or a school counselor would catch it. But if something's going on at home and they're doing in-home schooling, quite the big possibility that nobody's ever going to know. Right? Anyway. This sucks. They're half siblings. Half siblings. The poor guy that found them, that was just horrible. He said that he had been walking his dog for a week and he kept seeing that suitcase hanging out. And he decided to stop and check it out because his dog kept stopping at the suitcase. And so he decided to check it out. And as soon as he opened it, there was a head. And then they dug around and they found another suitcase. It's so nuts. It's just horrible. But, you know, that was Ohio. But it could happen here. It could happen in Oklahoma. The other thing I want to say, you know, back in the day, 50 years ago, I'm just going to say 50, 60 years ago, you know, I do realize that people at 14 quit school and, you know, started their own family and was having babies back then. I get it. But times are different now. These kids, you know, they need to stay in school. They need to get their education. And these young kids, 11, 13, 12, 14, having kids, it's just crazy. It's not good. And I'm not putting down people that at 14, you know, 50 years ago had kids. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we've come so much further. You know, we all know everybody needs their education. Back then, you know, people had to work. People, you know, started their homesteads. I get it. I totally get it. But I don't understand now. I don't understand how these kids, like, how did this mom have her daughter be a surrogate? How did that happen? And how did the daughter get pregnant? We're just going to have to wait and see until that unfolds. Don't you find it crazy that DHS, you know, took custody of the daughter that's pregnant with twins and the mom left and went to California? Because she wasn't charged yet. So she left. There's still no charges on that mom. And I'm sure it's going to take a while, you know. They're taking their time trying to get it out of the daughter, how everything went down. But that's not okay either, just because your daughter, even if she did want siblings, that's not okay. Kids can't always get what they want, right? It's these parents just trying to do all this. I just find it really saddening. Very saddening. And then when I came across the OSVI agent, I was like, holy shit. Can't even trust the highest law enforcement for the state. What do you do? How do we make it better? Well, we start with ourselves and try to be good people. Look out for kids. If you see something, say something. Those memories you just can't shake. I agree. She was crazy. Sicko. Do I need to moderate your ass out of here? Who you gonna moderate? Moderate me? Good luck. Good luck. Somebody needs to boot me. So at the end of this month, my StreamYard, I'm not re-upping that StreamYard. So I'm gonna figure out something else. I'm gonna have to learn another program because I'm not spending $500 on StreamYard again for a year. I got medical bills and other things, so I got a month to try to figure it out. I just got the thing yesterday saying your subscription to StreamYard will automatically renew. So I'll start diddle-daddling and see if I can figure out another program. Because that's just a lot of money to spend on that. You're thinking Restream? I haven't even checked into Restream. Do they charge for Restream? I don't know. Let's see here. That's a lot cheaper. Restream is a lot cheaper. I'll be checking it out. But yeah, it is a lot cheaper. That's still another program to learn. Yeah, yes, StreamYard is expensive. And I'm just saying, I spent $800 on mine, and the lowest package is $400. I'm just not going to do that again. Here's Restream. 0, and then 16. I don't know. It is a lot cheaper than StreamYard. I'm gonna have to just really dig into it and figure it out. That's right. I did see that Salter uses. I see a lot of people uses Restream, and they also use OBS. But I haven't tried to look into it and see. But I'm going to see what it takes to figure it out. It's just too much for StreamYard. StreamYard has a free one too. I'll find something. You're right. I'll just have to figure it out. I'll figure out how to use it, and then I'll show you how to use it, Hawkeyes. How about that? I'll figure it out. When I set my mind to it, I can figure it out. I did, let me see here. I did write a song. Let's see here. I'm going to play it real quick. It was for Aaron Spencer. For Aaron Spencer. Let's see here. Doo-doo-doo. Thought I copied it. Thought I... Oh well, I'll just do it under that. Okay. Let me see here. Hero in the Storm.
Small town lights on a restless night. Voices rising in the neon light. Rumors try to bring him down, but the truth keeps spinning around. Through the fire and through the rain, through the hate and through the pain. When the world tried to draw the line, a million hearts stood around in line. When the storm was crashing down, you could hear the people shout. Aaron Spencer, hear the whole world say, he stood strong. Rock Chalk stands with you. We must protect our children.
All right. Yeah, I know. Yes, I talk to Harmony every day, sometimes in the morning. We've actually talked a lot. Very grateful that that's going on for sure. Oh, guys, I don't know. It's so depressing. So depressing to know all this is going on, hurting all these children. It's out here hurting all these children. Not a lot I can do about it, other than talk about it. And it's actually depressing to talk about. So it seems like Trump appointed the Oklahoma native to Homeland Security. That's been in the news. Big news. Let me see if I can find that. New Homeland Security guy. Right there out of Oklahoma. Cherokee Nation. Part of the Cherokee Nation. I don't know much about him. Let me see here. I was going to see if I can find a good clip to play you. I don't know much about the guy. Let's see here. Let's do it here. 4 hours ago.
Yeah, Mark Wayne Mullen, a lifelong Oklahoman.
A lifelong Oklahoman.
Yeah, Mark Wayne Mullen, a lifelong Oklahoman, has landed one of the most powerful roles in Washington, D.C. We're standing outside his office in downtown OKC, where his staff didn't have a comment today, but people on the streets definitely did. President Trump making that announcement today on Truth Social. So we hit the streets of OKC to see what people had to say about the pick. What are your thoughts on Mark Wayne Mullen?
I don't know. I just don't like it.
I actually love it. I think he will be the right person for it. He's a go-getter person. He is. He tells you straight up.
I'm from the Bronx. Oklahoma City is my home now, and I love it here. So to have someone from our state represent us in Washington, I think it's an awesome idea.
Now, Mullen is from Westville, which is on the eastern part of the state. He grew up in a family of ranchers. Before going into politics, he ran his family's plumbing business before entering the U.S. House, where he served for a decade before becoming a senator in 2022. Reporting live in OKC, Kylie Thomas, KOCO 5 News.
There you go. I don't know much about him, like I said. Actually, I don't know anything about him. I hope he does good. Hope he does good. You know, you said your birds like the songs, huh? I was looking at my Facebook today, and I came across, let me see if I can find it for you. It was old. It's like 17 years old. Let's see here. I pulled it up earlier. Oh, there it is. 17 years old. This is 17 years old. See, 17 years old. It was in my memories.
Rock,
17 years old. I mean, this is from 17 years ago. There you go. There it was. Now you've seen it, Justified. Now you've seen it. From 17 years ago. Maybe you should start playing that for Lily. Might catch on, right? All right, guys. Let's see here. That is great. I think that's why I try to stay busy too much. News could be, it is depressing. It is very depressing. But we got to talk about it. That's the thing. It's got to be talked about. I'm not going to ham-haul around on light topics. It's got to be talked about. Sometimes it just sucks that it's got to be talked about. But when you can't trust the people that's in charge, it just makes it so much worse. You know? Makes it so much worse. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I try to keep this at an hour. I might go live this weekend. We'll see what's going on. But for sure, we'll go live Tuesday. Maybe we'll just do a... Maybe Sunday we'll just do a live and just play music and maybe do some trivia or something. What do you guys think about that? Do some trivia. Make some music. Just hang out. Not really talk about anything in particular. Just hang out. I think that's a good idea. I haven't did that in a while. What about you guys want to do it Sunday afternoon? Listen, I would do it on Saturday, but you know, I like to watch my UFC. Yes. That's cool, everybody. What's a good time? What do you think? Saturday afternoon? After everybody gets off of church and stuff and just hang out? I'll set something up. And if we have to do it more than once, if some people's got to work and they miss it, we'll do it again. How about that? I love you, girly girl. I love each and every one of you. You guys are great. 4 p.m. on Sunday? Okay. 4 p.m. on Sunday, we'll hang out and just, like I said, we're not going to go over the news and the sad news that's going on. We're just going to play some music, do some trivia, and just hang out. Tell Trump hired a cowboy. He knows that we'll get the shit done. I hope so. I saw a thing where the Cherokee Indians said he was part of them. They was proud of him. I saw it on Facebook. Anyway, guys, we'll see you Sunday at 4. And we'll just hang out, jam out, hang out, visit. If you've ever wanted to get on the panel and get up here and talk, and you've been scared, we'll do it. Yeah, be happy times. I agree. Do something that makes us happy. All right, let's see here. We'll play something and then we're out of here. We'll just go to... We'll just do this one.
soothsayer smile lighting the way. Jason, I see sunflower bright. PKs to the top, stitching hope in the night. Robin with collectors, patriot proud. Patronus glow, shining through the clouds. Quiet, crafty lady, baby J Storm. This family's love is where we belong. God is good all the time, all the time. God is good, we're proof of His grace. Just doing what we should. Not perfect people, just hearts that believe in love and faith, and never letting go of the dream. Some of you hurting, lost, or feel alone. Rock Chalk Family is your home. Hands held high, voices true. God is good, and so are you. And so are you.